I'm Scott Francis, editor of Products Finishing, and I'm here at FabTech with Ann Goyer, Executive Director of CCAI, the Chemical Coaters Association International, and I've been had the opportunity to participate in a few of your educational offerings at some of the shows. Recently I did a Powder Coating 101, and which I think is a little bit of a misnomer. Like, there's so much packed in there, it feels a little more than a 101. It's a lot of great information. I want to hear about things you're thinking about for this year, offerings that you have. What's on your mind for this year?
Well, our focus right now is, it always has been for CCAI, is education and training. That's really part of our mission statement, and we're looking to expand. I'll talk a little bit about how we've done that. Of course, we have our chapters that deliver monthly educational offerings for the industry and have for a long time. We are enlarging our chapter reach. We're starting some new chapters in different parts of the country. And then we've got a lot of new initiatives geared towards training and education coming up through our Education Foundation.
Let's talk a little bit about the Education Foundation. Maybe give us some background and talk about some of those things.
So about 2 years ago, we started working on the development of the Education Foundation, which is a 501c3, which is different from the regular association's 501c6. It's all confusing. It was all confusing, but through the foundation, we're able to support more initiatives for education, get grants, fundraising for programming. It's easier to do through the foundation than it would be just through the association, because many other foundations can only give to a C3. So that's really why we started it. We wanted to expand our course offerings, our training initiatives. We have a Women in Finishing program that the foundation helps support. We have a big forum coming up next month for that. So the foundation enables us to do more than we could before. So that's really why we started it.
Obviously, you're thinking a lot about the workforce challenges and things like that. I'd like to hear sort of your take on some of the things that people are doing, some of the trends that are happening in our industry to try and address that stuff.
I think everyone knows that is the number one issue right now is finding people, training them, keeping them, having them show up to work, all those types of things. So the very first thing we launched in June, our online courses. So we're going to have 4 online courses, 1 in powder, 1 in liquid, and both of those will be offered starting in October again. And then pre-treatment and system design will come online next year. And we think it's a good way to broaden the reach of education, since it's been tough in person the last year. We really are big on in-person education, events like this at FabTech, our chapter events, other things that we do. We have peer groups that are one of our best programs with custom coaters, where it's a non-competitive situation and we audit their facilities. We talk about those staffing issues and those training issues with those peer groups and what we're going to do to help them. And now we're looking at reaching out to universities, technical schools, high schools. We've developed a program called Tech Week. It's 5 45-minute presentations that are designed to really give high school students just a brief overview of what industrial finishing is. And it was developed with younger people in mind, so there's lots of videos, lots of photographs and graphics that will grab their attention. So we're really focusing on all those kinds of things, mostly to attract younger people. And there's a big gap between people coming in and people retiring that we need to fill quickly, and that we really, really, really need to step up that education and training and get more people involved in the industry.
I think this sort of ties into that too. There's so many advances happening, with automation, smart technologies, and all of that stuff. And I think that's got to be part of what you're thinking about with some of this education. Let me hear your take on kind of those trends in the industry and what you think about that.
Well, I think if you look around the show floor and you look at all the automation that's just here in the finishing pavilion, and you look at the automation in the other pavilions as well, certainly because staffing is so tough, a lot of people are turning to that. So we want to be on the forefront of that. How can we help our members and the industry continue to grow their businesses and keep, obviously right now it's a challenge to even get materials and products to continue your manufacturing lines. So automation is definitely something that's a big thing right now that a lot of people are looking to. I had a conversation with people this morning that are going to be visiting some of the robot companies here in the finishing pavilion, because they can't get people to work right now. So those are really important things, and obviously those advancements are happening all the time, and which is why it's great to come to some place like FabTech. You get to see all the different things that are going on in automation and how you can improve your own facilities.
Right. One of the things that I think is really exciting about that as well is it really changes the idea of what a manufacturing job is, right? And thinking about the young folks that you're talking about, that you're reaching out to, and really what that career looks like for people.
Well, when I started in the industry a long time ago, manufacturing was kind of looked at as a dirty industry, a dirty job. It is not that way anymore. I've been in some facilities recently, I mean it, in the finishing line, you could eat off the floor. So it's totally changed, and there's so many great things about finishing for young kids that they don't even realize, which is what we want to show them through our tech program. It's really exciting when they can see how things come to life, and obviously I look at our finishing industry, we make the things pretty, we make them durable so that people want to buy them, because the consumer, that's what they're buying, they're looking at, they want something that looks really nice. Yeah. So I think it's all important in reaching kids, because they're much more visual than we were when I got into the industry. They want to see things happen, and we're trying to show them that.
That's awesome. I've attended like a couple of STEM nights and things like that at my own kids' school, and just seeing how interested kids are in those kind of things. I mean, that natural curiosity is just so exciting.
Here's where I think the big divide is sometimes. I don't think at the younger school age levels and into high school, I don't think counselors are pushing manufacturing careers. They like to push everybody has to go to college. And I really think that's an image we have to change, that there are a lot of great career opportunities in manufacturing that don't require a 4-year degree. And we have the means to train and place people in manufacturing jobs that are great careers. And they get to meet great people and have great lives. So I really think that's one thing we need to work on as an industry, to change that perception of what manufacturing and finishing is.
Well, Ann, it's been really exciting to hear you talk about this, just to hear the passion that you have for it.
We love it.
And I'm excited about all of these kind of opportunities that are out there for people. So thank you so much.
Well, we're counting on working together on those.
Same here.
Thank
you so much.
Well, I'll do that. Thanks.